Welcome to Ready to Mosh, a podcast all about rock, metal and alternative music. I'm Kev P.
And I'm Jem G. Each episode will bring you the latest news, talk about new releases and review gigs and festivals that we've been to. There'll be a smattering of guest interviews and a lot of random chat.
As well as the podcast, you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram. Just search at Ready to Moshcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 18 of Ready to Mosh. This is the second part of our Bloodstock review, and this week we are talking about the bands across the weekend that we saw and didn't see.
Yeah.
So Thursday we didn't see anyone anyway, did we? We'd potentially got a couple down, but in the end...
Yeah, I'd got one band down, but I don't think we really understood how busy the tent would get, and again with some of the issues over the weekend where people just kind of milling around the side of the tent.
Yeah, I think in retrospect, 'cause we looked at going to see Necrogoblicon and it looked quite busy, but having realised that maybe if you just worm your way in there probably would have been room, but we didn't in the end, did we?
No.
And similar with Dark Tranquility, when we went back to get our merch Thursday night, it looked quite busy outside the tent when they were on.
In hindsight, it probably wasn't.
Maybe we could have wormed our way in, but never mind. It's just one of those things, isn't it? When you go to a new festival, you learn these things, don't you?
You don't know, do you?
So yeah, the first band we actually saw was on Friday, and it was Bloodywood.
Who were fucking incredible.
They were. I thought they'd be good, but they were amazing, weren't they?
They absolutely blew me away. One of the best bands all weekend.
I was going to say they were definitely a weekend highlight, probably in the top 3.
Yeah, so much energy. I've never realised how kind of political they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were just fucking exceptional.
Yeah, and their performance was great as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Everything was spot on. And despite the heat, they, it was like 2 in the afternoon or something like that.
Yeah.
They were incredible. Yeah, just really, really good.
Yeah, they got a good crowd. I can definitely see why the UK dates they've just done sold out.
Yeah.
I know they're only small venues, but still. One disappointment was that didn't get to get a T-shirt because didn't realise they got the T-shirts they had, and then I think they'd sold out anyway. But the 9 Inch Nans tour,
T-shirts,
which is just genius.
Yeah, I hope they play again in the UK soon.
Yeah, I would imagine from the reception that they've got, they'll definitely be back next year.
Yeah, it'd be good to see them do a kind of like a headline tour or a co-headline tour with somebody.
Yeah, definitely be down for seeing them again.
Yeah, fantastic. The next band we saw are...
So the next band that we saw were Doyle. That clashed with the secret, not so secret band, Machine Head, which they had given away themselves pretty much anyway a few days before.
They'd announced it before.
But some people saying, maybe it was just to put people off the sound.
Nah.
But the fact they had Machine Head T-shirts on the merch stand was pretty much a giveaway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a giver.
So on that basis, the fact that we've seen them before and that tent was going to be more rammed than ever, we
gave that a miss
because we wanted to see Doyle anyway, an actual real-life misfit.
And again, Doyle was incredible.
He was. Can I just say what a unit he is?
Oh, he's built like a brick shit house.
A double-barrelled one.
Yeah.
Dude, I had no idea he was that big.
Yeah, he's huge.
He is, yeah. That aside...
Yeah, I thought Doyle was great.
Yeah.
But after watching Bloodywood before, it wasn't the same kind of energy.
No, it was... I'm trying to think what the word is. It wasn't as energetic, I guess. It was lacking the fun I expected, I think.
I don't think the atmosphere was the same.
Yeah,
so
and
obviously
it was an emptier crowd, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot emptier crowd. But yeah, they played a lot of love songs you could dance to.
Yes. Which was the recurring theme of the...
apparently it always does that.
Pieces.
I didn't realise that. But anyway.
But yeah, Doyle, really, really good. I think it just struggled with... Again, the heat was part of the problem, because it was even hotter then.
Yeah.
And because the Bloodywood set was so vibrant and so full of energy, this one just felt flat. Even though on a normal day, you'd have gone, that was great.
Yeah,
but
I think flat's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, they just followed Bloodywood, who were just unbelievable.
But we can tick off, we've seen a misfit. Who knows, we may see more next year, but we've seen one at least.
Yep. Next up, we've got Exodus.
Yes. So glad to get them ticked off.
Yeah, a lot more energy I felt in this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was a solid set.
Yeah.
I'd have potentially put them the other way around. I'd have probably had Exodus before Doyle.
Yeah.
To be fair. Yeah, I think Doyle might have been better at night. You know, as it was getting...
I see what you mean. Or maybe even in the tent, actually.
Or even
thinking
in the tent,
about it.
Would have been better. But yeah, Exodus were solid.
Yeah, I thought they were great. I'm glad I've got them ticked off. It was just...
Yeah, all the crowd... It seemed to get quite a big crowd. Everybody seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah, they kind of played the classics.
Yeah. And again, solid set. And like you say, good to get them ticked off.
Yeah. One band which I hadn't got on my intended list for definite anyway, a lot of people we spoke to after said was a highlight for them, was Testament. I know we were talking to a few people, and it was Friday night or Saturday, said that they were amazing, but they weren't really on my radar. So.
No, they weren't. They weren't really kind of down to me, so
anyway.
wasn't too fussed. And
after Exodus, we had Sinkalima, who were on the Jaeger stage, our guests from 2-3 weeks ago now.
Yeah. That set was actually really, really cool.
It was, yeah.
I mean, we caught up with Stoff, Josh and Gaz over the weekend anyway.
Yeah, we saw them earlier on Friday.
Earlier on Friday.
In the Serpent's Lair bar. Had a quick chat with them there.
Yeah, and obviously kept bumping into Stoff over the weekend because he stayed over the weekend. And yeah, their set... I remember talking to Stoff the next day and he was saying that he couldn't believe how well it went.
Yeah, it was.
And it kind of, I think it blew him away how well they'd been received.
And they had a big crowd because we were there pretty much from the start, weren't we, ready? And then we looked around and there was a good crowd stretching out.
Oh, it was huge.
Behind.
Yeah, the crowd they got for the Jaeger stage was massive. And, and they delivered an exceptional set.
They did.
They were really, really cool.
Yeah, we got treated to a new tune and that sounds great as well. So looking forward to more.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to hear some of the new stuff soon. And yeah, like I was saying, they were just exceptional. Absolutely fantastic.
Smashed it.
Next up, we tried to watch Avatar.
Yeah, we did. I think we saw most of Avatar.
Yeah. You watched most of it. I watched some of Avatar.
I think we got there pretty much second song in.
Yeah. And I think I watched about the first 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah.
And then went back because I was just too warm.
Yeah. But you'd seen them before anyway,
I have seen Avatar before.
Yeah, so I stayed for the whole set. They were really good, put on a great performance. Kind of what I expected. Maybe because I was side on, I didn't get the full theatrics. Yeah,
you wouldn't have got the full theatrics.
But it was quite full in the tent, and I had no desire to worm my way in any further at that point, really. And again, because we are going to see them next year at their own show.
Yeah, why?
That'll get the full,
kind of force you in.
Get the full experience there, really. But no, they were good.
Yeah, and I imagine a lot of people probably left around the same time as me.
Possibly, yeah.
Because they did really start with some of the biggest songs first. There was a lot of the big songs first. So I fully expect a lot of people to have watched them and gone, yep, that's what I wanted to hear, I'm going now.
Yeah. But no, yeah, really pleased with seeing them. Great performance and yeah.
Hopefully the next one doesn't get rearranged.
Let's hope not.
Next is Behemoth.
Behemoth, yes, that was epic. It was
amazing. This for me was the set of the weekend.
Yeah, I'd say they're my top band of the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Bloodywood are a close second, but Behemoth were just absolutely just blew me away.
Yeah.
They were unbelievable.
Got there a few minutes before the curtain drop. I love a curtain drop band anyway. Who doesn't? But they had a really great build-up with, obviously, the lights and the shadows of the band getting in place and the inverted crosses you could see through the shadows, and we had a bit of the national anthem played and some kind of voiceover audio and stuff, just building it up, and then poof, the curtain went, and I just can't believe how good they were. I really want to watch them on a stadium tour now. Yeah. It's just definitely. I think my perception has just totally changed from I was kind of like okay with they were a good band, wasn't overly fussed. Like I checked them at a festival like we did. Yeah. And now seeing them live, I've gone, I need more of this. And live in the dark as well. I knew it would be better, but it still blew me away. Yeah. Completely, yeah. Just the whole setup, the whole performance. It's, just I'm kind of lost for words about how good they were. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. definitely need to watch them. Yeah, again. And I have a treasured piece of black confetti. You do? As a souvenir. So thank you to the tall boy at the side of me that grabbed it, because I didn't reach it. Yeah. Don't know what to say, really, on that, other than, they were just amazing. Yeah, exceptional band of the weekend. One point I just want to make, this is a generic Bloodstock point, the screens at the side of the stage. Oh, yeah. Because I don't think we mentioned them in our general review, but why half an hour from the end did they suddenly spring into life and be full screens? Yeah, just make them full screens to start with, for everybody. Because I kind of got used to, from earlier in the day, just watching the little bit of screen, but it just made such a difference. Yeah. To the whole stage setup, in a way. Yeah. So, it's strange that it's weird they just did it for the last band. If you got the option, do it for all of the bands. Give everybody a chance. Or at least do it for the whole of the headliner. Yeah. For whatever reason, but yeah, they were still amazing.
Cool. So that's Friday out the way.
Just to tag on, we thought about going to see Sleep Token. Obviously, it was getting on a bit and we were tired from the heat and everything then, so we gave that a miss.
Yeah.
And after Behemoth, I think it would have just skewed the perception anyway. Cause
I think so, yeah, because Behemoth was so good.
As good as they may be live, it just would have affected our perception, I think, so, yeah.
Right, on to Saturday, and the first band up is Spirit World. And I'll be honest, I can't even remember watching Spirit World.
Do you know, I couldn't as well. Not from any particular kind of...
Not from a negative point of view or from a drunken point of view.
Yeah, I just looked back on my photos and I was like, oh yeah, dude in red jacket, who was that? Oh, yeah, it was Spirit World. Maybe the heat had got to us a bit, I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't really... Do I remember watching Spirit World?
I do now. I've seen the photos and I've seen
Now you've mentioned the jacket, I do kind of remember that, but it's weird that they kind of slipped my mind.
Yeah.
We were talking about it and saying, well, we didn't watch Spirit World. Then you found the photos.
We did. Yeah, we definitely did. So no offence to Spirit World. I'm thinking about it, I think they were good.
Well, there must have been because we watched the full set. So.
And the video clip that I took, I've watched that. So...
Yeah, so sorry Spirit World, but we genuinely just can't remember.
Yeah. Next up, I went to see Lorna Shore, some of them, partly just out of curiosity to see what they came across like live.
And what do you think? Because a lot of people have been raving about Lorna Shore.
Yeah, I think they're good. I don't think they're anything spectacular. I thought they performed well. The vocals came across well, because that's one of the things they've got quite unique-ish vocals, haven't they, I guess, on record. So they came off great live. It was just kind of a solid performance, really. They got on and played their stuff. And
would you watch them again?
Possibly at a festival. I wouldn't just pay to go and see them.
Okay.
Depending, obviously, who else they were playing
with
against at the time. So, potentially watch them again. Again, it's maybe they'd work better in the dark, be a bit more atmospheric, because it was literally middle of the afternoon, in bright sunshine, obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it?
No. But yeah, they were all right.
Okay. But then you went to see Ginger as well, didn't you?
Yeah, they were really good. That was a really good performance.
Yeah.
Had a massive crowd as expected.
Was it really that big?
It was, yeah. Probably bigger than Bloodywood, probably the first.
Oh, wow.
Obviously apart from Behemoth, because as a headliner, they were going to get a big crowd, weren't they?
I know a lot of people have been raving about these as well.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of political support for them as well. A lot of blue and yellow flags waving about, beach balls flying about and stuff. And
okay, and is that a band you would watch separately then?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, it depends. Maybe if they had like a good support band as well.
Yeah.
I think they are. Is it next year they're touring, or is it this year?
Oh, I've no idea.
They've definitely got a tour announced with somebody else, and I can't off the top of my head remember who it is. But yeah, just great solid performance. Tatiana's vocals are immense anyway, so yeah, they were good. I think you missed a treat there, to be honest. But if it's not your bag, and it's
just not my thing.
Yeah.
So it's the only reason that I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and I think, as we've alluded to a few times probably already, but in that heat as well, you needed to pick who you really wanted to see, because the sun was just on the back of your head watching the main stage. So you've got to think, is this band worth my brain burning for?
Yeah, to want to watch them badly enough.
Yeah, but yeah, glad I definitely went to see them.
And then we watched Bury Tomorrow together.
We did. Bury Tomorrow.
Bury me, for this is where I wish to be buried.
Yes. Brought that old quote out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was while we were getting food as well. I've got a vague recollection. Looking at the photos, I'd got different angles of them. I remembered why. Yeah, they were great. Yeah,
and it's the first time I've seen them since they got the new singer.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed.
Yeah, I thought you would be.
Yeah, I absolutely belted everything out. And yeah, solid replacement. So that's good, because I always worry that some of the way things are delivered, some of the energy, just adding or changing one person can make such a different dynamic to a band. And especially if it's a vocalist, it's even it's even bigger,
more noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah, and yeah, I thought Bury Tomorrow were really, really solid, and yeah, hopefully they'll be doing another tour maybe next year.
Yeah,
and if so, I'll be going to that.
Yeah, look out for that. And did they break their record of crowd surfers that they tried to beat from down late?
Well, they were counting 1001, 1002.
Whether they actually did.
Whether they did or not, I don't know.
Good effort, if not, I would say.
Yeah, and we kind of did a bit of a split at this point. I went to watch Samael.
You did, yeah.
Who
What did you
are
think?
from Switzerland, and they were unbelievable. They were absolutely unbelievable. And unfortunately, I didn't watch all of the set because I then came to meet you for somebody else that we're going to get onto next. But yeah, Samael was absolutely incredible, and they got quite a big crowd. There was a fair bit of space kind of at the back near the bar and to the far side of the tent, but everywhere else was absolutely rammed. It was heaving, and yeah, they were solid, really. And I do want to watch those on tour again.
Yeah, I've heard other people say that they were a highlight of the weekend for them. I'm not familiar with them at all, but I'm definitely going to give them a listen now.
I think you would absolutely love them.
Yeah.
They're definitely a band for you. And I'm surprised you didn't mark them off, to be fair.
I think they were just one of those that I'd not got round to listening to in advance.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I've not even got a little vague dot on my list next to them, so I just don't think they were on my radar at all.
Well, if they do tour soon, then we'll go and watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them, and so did pretty much all of the crowd. So absolutely fantastic. Good to watch them. And then I came to watch you for the next band.
Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah.
Do you have to say like that? I don't know why.
You do, because you're a bit weird.
Charming. There's just certain bands you have to say in a certain way, like Bury Tomorrow. Dimmu Borgir. Yeah.
Come on then. So what did you think?
They were great, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were really well
disagree.
placed as well before Merciful Fate. I thought they were a good sub-headliner for them in a way.
Yeah. It's a natural fit there, isn't it?
Yeah. Obviously completely different to Bury Tomorrow on being on before, but...
Yeah, but you've got to change that. You've got to change that pace.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's kind of. I thought they were a good in between the two. If you know.
Yeah, a good middle band. Yeah, and yeah, I'm with you on that. Like the pace was totally different to Bury Tomorrow, and kind of was more aligned to Merciful Fate. I think.
Yeah,
and it was really busy as well.
Yeah,
I remember that it started getting packed out for that.
Yeah, it was the first time I really noticed how busy it had become across the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it picked up a little on Saturday, but you really kind of noticed it's Saturday evening when they were on. That suddenly everybody seems to come from everywhere.
Yeah, and I think potentially it was people getting ready for Merciful Fate, to be honest.
Possibly.
I think they were a big pull of the weekend.
Yeah. But, yeah, I thought Dimmu Borgir, really, really good.
Yeah, definitely. Another one to tick off.
Yeah, and an excellent choice for that slot.
Yeah. And then Merciful Fate.
Yeah, who kind of surprised me a little.
In what way?
They didn't play the stuff I thought they were going to play.
Okay.
So there were a lot of the kind of darker melodic stuff wasn't played.
Yeah.
Which I'm really into. That's the stuff I like. And they kind of played the stuff that was a bit faster.
Yeah.
And I think the stage setup was incredible.
Yeah,
they had a really good stage setup. And I mean, they put on a great show, but it wasn't the show that I wanted to watch. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I wasn't really sure which way they'd play it in terms of the set list. So.
Yeah. I mean, it could be that they wanted to do it. They did it that way because of the way that Behemoth played their stuff the night before. So they wanted to do something different.
I don't know, really.
That could have been a part of it. But yeah, I mean, Merciful Fate, again, like you say, great to tick off. And it's been good to see them. I just wanted some of the dark melodic stuff more than the high pitch, faster stuff. Yeah. So that's the only kind of like downside for me about it.
Okay, yeah, I thought overall they were great. I loved the stage setup and the kind of theatrics of it, and obviously King Diamond and his vocals. I think my ears are still ringing from that. And just to say the way that he can still do the vocals for his age.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Comparing him to other vocalists from the 80s that cannot hit those high notes anymore. They can't hit any
chords anymore.
Yeah, he still sounds almost like Vince Neil did in the 80s, but Vince Neil don't sound like that anymore.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
If you know what I mean. So, yeah, he's definitely... However he's protected his voice over the years, he's done a good job of it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was a backing... I mean, even if there was a backing track to it, then I still think you'd notice.
I think you'd have noticed. There was definitely live vocals going on there as well. But, yeah, it did really go through your ears at times. And we were fairly far back,
we were far back,
so near the front.
One of the things about that, actually, that I noticed is how fucking loud it got when Merciful Fate were on. It seemed as though things had been at a reasonable kind of... The volume started picking up late afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if people's just... As if the kind of like the text just started turning the volume up and everything.
Yeah.
By the time Merciful Fate were playing, it was exceptional. It was louder than it had been all weekend. I'm not complaining, it was good, but I'm just kind of like, as a point, it did seem a lot louder.
I don't know if I noticed that necessarily. As a whole, in terms of volume, it was just the volume and the pitch of his voice, really.
Yeah.
Went through me. A random moment at the end when King Diamond brought his son out.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was odd, different, but...
As you do.
Fair enough. And that was it for Saturday, wasn't it? We didn't end up going to see Malevolence because we knew the tent would be rammed anyway.
And we were going to watch the Cunts, but that was...
Yeah, around the Jaeger stage,
well.
a big crowd had built. I think we heard about the first 3 or 4 chords.
Yeah, you just couldn't get anywhere near it. It was just
So we just, we went and chilled in the Serpent's Lair bar for a bit, didn't we?
Then on Sunday, first band of the day was Vended.
Yeah, just to say on Sunday, there was a bit of a switch around, wasn't there, in terms of timings, because late on Saturday, Life of Agony had to pull out.
Yeah.
Who were one of the bands we wanted to see.
We did want to see, yeah.
But timing-wise, it kind of made it a bit better for us because it pushed Vended back by an hour.
Yeah.
So it gave us a bit more chill freedom, time in the morning. So that was good, although sad not to get to see Life of Agony.
Yeah. So Vended, are they kind of like a parody band?
Yeah.
It's just an absolute joke.
I think I was disappointed, really. I quite liked them on record, and I knew on record they sounded like Slipknot.
They're sounding like Slipknot and they're taking the piss.
Yeah, I didn't expect the live performance to completely mimic Slipknot, really.
Yeah.
So we watched probably half, would you say?
Yeah. And I remember watching about half and thinking, I can't take any more of this. I find it really taking the piss when it's like, fair enough, you might sound like your dad, okay, but if you're going to get into that business, do your own thing. Don't just copy them. Yeah. Even to the point where one of them's wearing a fucking mask. Yeah. Just don't do it.
And there was part of me thinking, because we were saying that while we were still watching them, weren't we? Kind of muttering to ourselves. And then we walked off and I thought, we're being a bit harsh here. And then we sat down in Serpent's Lair and chatted to some people who'd seen them as well. And they said
exactly the same thing as us.
And so I was like, I feel better now. I don't feel quite so bad for saying it.
Yeah. Do you remember one of your comments? When they said something like, we're from Des Moines, Iowa. It's like, the only reason that anybody knows where fucking Des Moines, Iowa is because of your parents.
Yes.
Fucking knock it on the head.
Yeah. So, I won't be rushing to watch them again unless they do something drastically different.
Yeah, like just quit music.
Yeah.
It annoys me because they're obviously talented musicians.
Yeah.
You've obviously got some talent to be able to do that stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But don't just rip like your dad's band off.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, just...
do your own thing. I think it might come to a point where they look back in like 10 years ago, why did we do that?
Yeah.
Why did we do that?
Yeah.
Anyway. Weakest band of the weekend for me.
Definitely. I'm kind of glad that they got put back an hour, because if I'd have rushed around
to get
earlier to get to see them, I'd have been annoyed.
Next up, we had quite a bit of a gap.
We did, because of the moving around. We were kind of going to go and see Butcher Babies, but
it was just
like the heat thing and balancing out, staying in the shade, because we've got a good shady spot, hadn't we?
Yeah.
So we went to see Devastator.
Who were epic.
They were, who we saw at Mangata.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah,
last month. Yeah, they were amazing. Well worth the humidity of the New Blood.
Oh, it was fucking warm in there.
Yeah,
really
was.
Warm.
I think they were the only band we actually ended up seeing in there.
Yeah, they were.
Actually.
And they had a huge crowd
as
well.
They did have. I was surprised how big the crowd was.
It was a big crowd, and they have a core fan base as well that were kind of smacking the centre.
They did, and they're also obviously from the Derby area, which is local as well. So
yeah, so that kind of, obviously that swings a few towards them. I thought they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Epic set. And look, it went again when they're on tour. We'll go and watch those.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they're definitely ones to look out for. What I did love as well was that the guy we were talking to within the bar, he said, I'll come and watch them, because he didn't know anything about them, never heard them before, and he loved them.
Yeah.
As well.
I remember him saying, like, thanks for bringing me to this. This is just what I needed.
Yeah,
this is great.
So I think they've definitely got that kind of old school thrash
sort of Slayer
appeal
vibe
to them, definitely. What did we do next?
You went to go see Harriet.
I did see Harriet. I don't think I saw all of Harriet, but what I did see was good.
Yeah, I'm annoyed I kind of missed that. I really should have gone to that, but it was stupid hot then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't watch that.
Yeah, they were great. I mean, they're on the up. They'll be around.
Yeah, they're going to be big.
They're going to be big. So they had, a good crowd in there. Wasn't as big as I expected. I managed to worm my way in quite a bit. I'm not quite sure who they were up against main stage wise at that point, but yeah, they're great live.
Venom Inc. maybe.
Yeah. Similarly to what you were saying about Harriet, I really wanted to see Drip Fed Empire, but just the thought of, because they were in the New Blood, having to walk all the way across there, even though it's not a big, long way across there.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, it was just the thought of having that walk and getting into the humidity of the tent again was
it's hard, isn't
it?
And it saps you. It really does sap.
Yeah, and I was like, at that point on Sunday, we were definitely flagging.
Yeah, I felt it Sunday. Yeah. Number 4 was El Nino.
Well, it should have been El Nino.
It should have been El Nino, because we kind of waited for what seemed an eternity.
Yeah, but I think we waited about 10 minutes and thought, they're coming on now, they're still sound checking, so I don't know how long.
Yeah, God knows what the delay was on that. Yeah, so I just kind of got frustrated and gave up.
Yeah.
And then we went and got a beer.
I think we got some food as well, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we might have done.
We may have been hangry, potentially.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
As well as hot and hungry is not a good combination.
No, it's really irritating, because I really wanted to watch El Nino.
Yeah.
But like in that heat, you can't just fuck about. Get on.
Yeah.
It's like your sound check should have been complete. They should have been done before you got anywhere near the stage.
Yeah. So don't know why they were delayed, but sadly they were. So we just left them.
We gave that a miss, and then we got to watch like a band I've not seen for a long time, but absolutely again another highlight of the week for me. The weekend was Killing Joke.
Yeah.
And I love Killing Joke. I've seen them quite a few times, and there was some very kind of gloomy undertones which just kept cracking me up.
Yeah.
We're all going to die in radioactive waste.
Yes. Which, if you've never seen Killing Joke before, might be a bit disturbing or perturbing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're used to Jazz's musings,
that's what he does.
Expect, really.
Yeah,
they've never really been that much of an upbeat band, have they?
No. And it was quite funny, because I remember we'd actually got the camping chairs for this one, because it was towards the back end of the weekend, so we got the camping chairs, we sat there, and I remember just looking at you going, I hope they play 80s next. 80s came on.
Yeah.
And it seemed like every song that I wanted them to play, they played. And I thought that, Killing Joke were amazing. It's like, I'm amazed that they managed to get them off stage.
Yeah.
Because at one point I thought, he's not going. He's done it again, he's not going anywhere. And they've finished with like one of my favourite Killing Joke songs, Pandemonium.
Yeah, that is one of my favourites as well, so that was a good ending.
Yeah, and it was a perfect sign-off. It's kind of like, this is us, this is what we do, good night.
Yeah.
I'd quite happily had them as a headliner, to be honest.
Yeah. In fact, he didn't even say good night, did he? He just
smoked off.
Yeah, cheers, Jazz.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Done.
After that, I went to watch Belphegor.
Did I come with you to Belphegor?
No.
Oh, got them circled. I don't know why I didn't go with you.
I don't know. Pretty sure you did.
Oh, no, I didn't. I was quite happy, sat in my camping chair in Serpent's Lair.
And to be honest, I was sat there getting quite comfy. I was like, no, go and watch Belphegor.
Yeah.
And they were really good. Glad I went.
Was it busy in the tent?
It was kind of busy to start with, but I managed to worm my way in. And I'd probably been in about 10 minutes, and there were clearly people who just were going to watch 10 minutes and then go and get their pitch.
The
spot or their pitch.
For Lamb of God.
For Lamb of God. So I gradually kind of wormed my way further forward, which was nice. It wasn't too hot and stuffy at that point.
Oh, that's okay.
As well, it was quite comfortable considering, really.
Yeah, I should have probably come with you for that.
Yeah, they put on a really good show. They'd got quite a lot of pyro going off, like a cup of fire on stage, an actual pyro, pew pew pyro.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. I don't know if I've ever seen pyro in a tent before. I keep trying to think.
Sounds like a fucking recipe for disaster.
In that heat, especially.
Yeah.
But no, they were really good, really kind of atmospheric.
I can see them working well in a tent.
Yeah, they were good in a tent.
Yeah, maybe I have to check if they're out and about. We'll have to check those out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
And then next up, the band that headlined, who seemed everybody and his dog went to watch.
Yeah, well, they were dogs. I missed that.
Beef for Jesus.
Yeah, Beef for Jesus. Yeah, I mean, we could have watched them.
Yeah, we could have watched Lamb of God, but I'll be honest, I've seen them before, and they just don't do it for me. I'm just
same.
not.
So we didn't, did we?
No, I can they're kind of hit and miss for me. So I'm not bothered that I wanted to see them too much.
Yeah.
It was quite funny being sat in Serpent's Lair having a drink, because that got really busy after and during Belphegor.
Yeah.
And then I think it was kind of like 10 minutes to go to Lamb of God. I remember saying to you, it's like, right, here's the first rush, and then the place just like 3/4 of the place just emptied. And you said something like, "Oh, that'll be everybody gone now. Then they've all gone to get the place." No. Literally, as soon as the first drum beat hits, there will be thousands of people just come from nowhere.
Yeah.
And sure enough, as soon as the first drum beat hit, everybody just...
Yeah.
And like the whole place was just dead after that, wasn't it? And it was so nice, just like so much room. Just I'm going to sit here, I'm going to chill out. That's me done.
Yeah, have another drink, go back to the tent, listen from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you can hear it fine from the tent. It's obviously not the same as being in front of the main stage, but I really, at that point, I couldn't care less. I was too tired.
Yeah, I don't see the point of watching a band for the sake of it if you're not that bothered about them, really.
No, exactly.
If you've seen them before as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? We've both seen them, so
yeah,
it's kind of like it's just not for us.
Yeah, and I am slightly miffed. I missed Night Flight Orchestra.
Oh, you did. You said you wanted to watch those,
but given their placing when they got moved to the Sunday night, it was always going to be debatable whether I made
whether
it.
You made it, yeah.
I could hear them from the tent.
Yes.
So I was like, and some of the reviews I've seen since, how they were just an epic finish, and I think they had a conga going on.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, just good fun to finish the weekend off, really. So,
all right.
Again, definitely look out if they're on tour. Not quite sure if they're your thing, but
from what I've heard, no.
No, but
they're not for me.
Or maybe if they're at a festival next year or something.
Yeah, I'm sure you get a chance to check them out.
Then, so yeah, that is our summary of the bands, what we saw and what didn't saw at the weekend.
What didn't saw?
Yeah.
One thing I just want to kind of mention that I think I forgot to mention in the review last week.
Yeah.
About Settle. The second, I think it's the second stage tent.
Yeah.
And the Sophie stage, there's a real issue with that. So that, I'm sure, is the dog tooth from Download.
Yeah.
It looks the same size. It feels the same size.
Yeah.
I've got a huge issue with that, in that with the way that the festival's laid out, you could actually turn that stage. So turn it so that the main stage is at the back instead of to the side.
Yeah.
And then it means you can open up both sides, let some air in, and still have the bar at the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's some logistical reason why they don't.
It's potentially because of the bar, but...
Possibly the bar, or the fact that they've got to load in the stage there, and I think the river kind of runs the other side. Not necessarily immediately, but it might make loading in difficult if they can't get right round the back. So, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to change much, because they could just bring it forward a bit.
Possibly, get rid of the fairground.
Get rid of the fucking fairground, yeah. But that's kind of like a real issue, because everybody just congregates on one, and there's only one entrance. So everybody congregates there, and if you don't know that it's not empty, you can't get in anyway, because people have just blocked it off.
That is an issue. And in some ways, maybe it should be an outdoor stage, but then there are benefits to having a tent as well, in terms of shelter from rain, from the sun, and the atmosphere as well.
Yeah, I think it's good that it's there, but I'd just change the layout. And I'd also move the Jaeger stage as well. Again, get rid of the fucking funfair. Put the Jaeger stage maybe near the entrance to the normal camping for Bloodstock.
Down that end.
Put it down that end. Maybe move a few things around, put that down there, because one of the things we noticed during Killing Joe is the bands that are on the Jaeger stage, when they're sound checking, you can't hear. If you're near that, you can't hear what's happening on the main stage. Yeah. Even though you're in a direct line, all you can hear is sound checks on the Jaeger stage. Yeah. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Obviously, they would never have someone start their set on the Jaeger until the main stage had finished, but maybe something to bear in mind if we go again, and the layout's the same. If there's someone we're wanting to watch on the main stage, stand away from the Jaeger.
Go nowhere near the Jaeger, go to the other side. And hopefully the new Blood stage won't bother.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think a lot of the other bands we watched on the main stage were kind of the other side of the Jaeger stage, so it didn't impact on us.
Yeah, exactly.
At all. So it's just, again, one of those things you learn when it's your first time at a
yeah,
festival.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, most of the time when we were watching stuff on the main stage, we were further down the front anyway.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, it didn't cause an issue. But, yeah.
But yeah, you live, you learn.
A little side note there, but I think overall the bands we watched really, really good.
Yeah.
Vended were the only one I wasn't keen on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my top three, Behemoth at 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Bloodywood at 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm agreeing with those. My number 3.
3, I'm torn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Just because Killing Joke. I love Killing Joke.
Yeah, I'm not sure who my number 3 would be. Possibly Avatar. Yeah.
Okay.
But definitely Behemoth first, Bloodywood second. It's almost like we peaked too soon on the Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But in a way that was a good thing as well, because we were still bright and energetic Friday.
Yeah, we still got something about us, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that, I suppose, wraps everything up.
Yeah. Did you want to just have a quick chat about the lineup that's been announced for
I
next
forgot
year?
about that, yeah. Right, Columbo, so...
One more thing. On the Friday evening, they announced 10 bands for next year's Bloodstock. We didn't actually see the live announcement, which was was it before or after Testament?
It was before Testament, I think, yeah.
Anywho, we didn't see it live, but we do have that here, so we just thought we'd have a quick...
Goose over what we think?
Yeah, quick goose.
Quick goose, I don't
know. Yeah. So 2 main stage headliners have been announced, Killswitch and Megadeth.
Yeah, I love both of those, but I've seen them lots.
Yeah, they're not enough to drag me in. Not that it's all about the headliners.
No, but not enough sway to start with.
No, I love Killswitch, and as previously mentioned, I am not a Megadeth fan.
Sacrilege.
But anywho, so if we were to go, hopefully Megadeth would be Sunday night, so I could go back and have a snooze. Other bands that have been announced, Not Loose and Devil Driver.
Who I love. Devil Driver are really good.
Yeah, I think I have seen them before, but now I'm watching them again. Not
2012,
Loose.
I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. Knocked Loose, I don't think I'm familiar with. I know the name.
I know the name, but I can't remember why.
No. Doing these in 2s. Fit for an Autopsy. Decapitated.
Familiar with Decapitated?
Yeah, same. Fit for an Autopsy, again, I've heard the
Not
name.
Sure.
Not overly familiar with the band. Gate Creeper.
No.
Again, love the name, don't know anything about them. King 810 and Unto Others.
Yeah. And
then I think the last one is Leonardo, who are going to headline the Sophie stage on one evening.
Well, I mean, Leonardo are amazing live. I saw them in 20...
I say 19?
19, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they played in the Dogtooth for download. They blew me away. They were unbelievable live.
Yeah, I would like to see them.
Yeah, they're exceptional. So if you are going to Bloodstock next year, definitely go and check them out. So, yeah, I mean, from the bands that's been announced, out of the 10, I'm familiar with kind of like half a dozen, and I've seen 4 of them before.
Yeah.
And 2 of those a lot. With everything else, and kind of like, as we said in the roundup last week, I'm just not feeling it yet.
Not yet. I mean, obviously there'll be a lot more bands announced. Yeah, so not ruling it out completely.
No, not ruling it out completely, but I think potentially maybe not going next year.
Or given the proximity that we are to Bloodstock, we could potentially do a day ticket.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't be the end of the world, would it?
No, it's not that far for us to go. So, yeah, we'll just keep an eye out on future lineups and see what happens. Maybe we'll be there, maybe we won't.
That about wraps it up for this week.
Yep.
And if you want to give us a like, follow on Instagram and Twitter, we're at ReadyToMoshcast. And there's also a YouTube channel now, which I think is Ready to Mosh.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, give us a listen on there as well if you want.
Yeah, and let us know who your highlights of the weekend were.
Yeah, what did you think of Vended?
Yes, in particular.
Really want to know what everybody else thinks about that.
Yeah, they'd be interested to know. And hopefully, next episode, I won't still have festival. Actually, I probably will, because we've got Stone Dead Festival.
We've got Stone Dead, yeah.
So, yeah, I'll be over this bout. Maybe you'll get it next time. Make it stop, move.